Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Universe Mode on the JPG channel. It is Friday Night Smackdown, and a storm has arrived here on the blue brand, that being the Women's World Champion herself, Jade Cargill, back in action for the first time since defeating Bianca Belair for that very championship way back at Bash in Berlin almost 2 months ago now. Jade Cargill has officially been the Women's World Champion for just about 60 days now. And with Survivor Series on the horizon, you have to wonder who's going to step up to the challenge to be Jade Cargill's first challenger for the Women's World Championship. I mean, if you ask me, it's a no-brainer for the EST to, it's a no-brainer for her to stake her rematch clause and let Jade Cargill know that she wants that second opportunity against her to get that Women's World Championship back around her waist, that being Bianca Belair. But there's also a full locker room of female athletes that want that position just as bad as Bianca Belair does. We got some real talent on this show, on the blue brand. Shotzi coming out here is definitely one of those members that's very talented of the locker room itself. Of course, we got up and comers like Tiffany Stratton, Blair Davenport. We got veterans in this business like Bayley. Of course, Bianca Belair as well. There is definitely a fever pitch right now in the women's locker room here on Friday Night Smackdown, especially with Jade Cargill now at the helm, now at the whole start of everything, the throne of the women's division, so to speak. And believe me, she's not going to let anybody take her seat. She's not going to let anybody get their hands even on her championship, let alone be contending for it. Look at this. Comes out with a spear, breaking Shotzi Blackheart in half as Cargill goes straight to work on the ballsy badass here to open our show on Friday Night Smackdown. I'd like to welcome you guys into another episode of Universe Mode on the JPG channel. As always, anybody that shows some love, anybody that supports the channel, I always appreciate every single one of you. As look at this, Shotzi with a nice maneuver there. Almost a running reverse neck breaker and a knee right to the jaw of Cargill. Shotzi's she's a wild card in that ring. I mean, obviously she's not the biggest even in this match, nor is she the biggest in most of her matches. But man, does she make up for what she lacks in size? She makes up for in this utter craziness, if you ask me. I mean, there's no telling as to what she's going to do next. There really is no tell on any of that stuff. And now look at this, Shotzi kicking out from that submission hold of Jade Cargill, and what a kick right to the face. Might have not gotten all of it, but definitely got enough to stir the champion. Caught the boot. Look at this, over the top rope. Beautifully executed by Shotzi Blackheart. And now, wait a minute, Shotzi's not done there just yet. Looking to overpower Cargill. Look at the strength of Shotzi. You've got to be kidding me. A suplex to the outside, wounding the champion in this first matchup here, and Shotzi comes crashing in. I'll get my words together eventually. She comes crashing in, and again with a Hurricane Rana. Shotzi's been all over the Women's World Champion since the bell rang. She's not going to take this this torment that Jade Cargill loves to inflict on her opponents. And now, wait a minute, Cargill looking to turn this thing around real quick. Fireman's carry position. Oh, look at that. Just turned Shotzi inside out. Shotzi now going to have to fight from underneath as Cargill is back in control of this match. And it's the power game that Cargill is going to have an advantage over almost anybody in that ring, including Bianca Belair. And we saw that at Bash in Berlin. At the end of the day, Cargill was able to outpower Belair, outmaneuver Belair, and that's the reason why she walked out the Women's World Champion. And Bianca Belair walked with her braid tucked between her tails, so to speak. And now look at this, Cargill hanging Shotzi out to dry. Huge kick right to the face of Shotzi. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the start of the action for Friday Night Smackdown. We got the return of the visionary Seth Rollins here tonight. We got #1 contenders for the tag team titles to be determined in a triple threat tornado tag team action right after this. Ilja Dragunov is in the main event with SmackDown's newest acquisition throughout that trade window that's been going on the JPG channel. We're going to find out SmackDown's newest acquisition in our main event, and he will be taking on Ilja Dragunov. And of course, we got more bloodline. Look at this, a huge reverse wrecking ball from Shotzi there. Just wiped out Cargill, and Cargill now with a clothesline. I was going to say we got more faction warfare with the Judgment Day and the Bloodline going to war still, as Damian Priest will face off against the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Shotzi just got caught in the eye of the storm. Jaded puts away Shotzi Blackheart as Cargill valiantly showing. Oh, no, wait, I was going to say Belair's right behind Cargill. Cargill was a little bit of doing showboating with that championship, and Bianca Belair's letting it be known that she doesn't think Cargill's going to hold that for very long. Sign me up for the rematch. That's all I got to say. We're moving on, folks, as we have a fast-paced, action-packed night planned for you guys in advance, planned for the fans all around the world as well, and in attendance. As I said, #1 contender spot on the line. The winner of this match will indeed get a match with the Bloodline themselves, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. And you got two teams in here that are former tag team champions, and you got one team that's been red hot as of late in the team of Nathan Frazier and Axiom. As a matter of fact, they hold victories over both teams in this match, both the Street Profits and A-Town Down Under. It's really anybody's ball game. It just depends on who wants it the most at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be crazy because all 6 of these individuals will be in the ring at the same time. First pinfall wins. It's triple threat tornado tag team action for the #1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Man, we have a tremendous tag team roster over on Monday Night Raw, and believe me, Friday Night Smackdown is certainly not lost in the shuffle when we're talking about tremendous tag team roster either. Tag team wrestling has been thriving as of late, and I'm loving it. I've always been a big fan of tag team wrestling. Grew up watching the Hardy Boys, grew up watching London and Kendrick, grew up watching, all those different teams, DX, Rated RKO. I've always been a tag team guy. I've always loved tag team wrestling. And believe me, it's going to be one of the biggest things showcased on the JPG channel. Almost every episode, you will find a tag team match on the JPG channel. There's just something crazy, something that just clicks when it comes to tag team wrestling. Some of the most enjoyable wrestling to really watch. I mean, there's so many great matches that have been tag team stipulations. Street Profits are, a part of a few of those. Who could forget their incredible rivalry with the Usos? They did their thing down in NXT for a while as well, fighting off guys like DIY and the Revival and I mean, the list will go on and on. Fraxiom and Nathan Frazier have been arguably tag team of the year at this point in real life. Fraxiom and Nathan Frazier have been killing it in NXT as the NXT tag team champions in the real life universe outside the JPG channel. My point exactly being is that tag team wrestling is on fire right now, just like Nathan Frazier's attire and Axiom's attire, rocking the yellow and red here tonight. Little reverse flash action going from perhaps the new #1 contenders if Frazier and Fraxiom can survive not only the Street Profits, but also these two men right here, A-Town Down Under, a team that has had a problem with Fraxiom for quite some time now. As a matter of fact, after Fraxiom's big win over the Street Profits a number of weeks ago, it was Austin Theory that laid out Fraxiom, almost as if to say that, you know, this bitter rivalry between the two teams was not over just yet. And now here we are, Theory and Waller with an opportunity not only to get their W back against Fraxiom, but also an opportunity to get those championships back. Remember that they were the ones that lost those championships to the Bloodline, to Tama Tonga and Togoloa, in quite convincing fashion as well. So, I mean, this could be a redemption arc for A-Town Down Under. Theory and Waller can come out big in this match, and they can come up even bigger if they win back those WWE Tag Team Championships. And here we go, folks. All 6 men, as I said, in the ring all at once. My goodness, Angelo Dawkins just launched Nathan Frazier into a whole nother stratosphere. And now, wait a minute. Oh, a huge super kick right to the face of Montez. This is going to be really hard to call all this action at once, folks. But that's what makes tag team wrestling so enjoyable, not only to call, but to watch. As now Nathan Frazier, just absolutely sideswiped Montez Ford now. And Montez Ford back up on his feet. Nathan Frazier going a mile a minute right now. And Ford now wants a piece of Frazier. Look at this. Sit out powerbomb at Nathan Frazier. Down and out. And now, wait a minute. Grayson Waller taking advantage of the no disqualification rule in triple threat matches. But Fraxiom, like I said, this rivalry between these two teams was bound to boil over at one point. And it looks like Dawkins is getting involved with the weapons too. He's got a kendo stick as well. Theory now all over Montez Ford in the ring. Frazier, Theory, and Ford, the smartest out of this entire match, because they've stayed in the ring, aka where the pinfalls will be showcased, where the pinfalls will take place in the match. Fraxiom, nice Spanish fly to Angelo Dawkins to the outside. And now, wait a minute, Nathan Frazier off the ropes. Did not get anything to fall, though. And now look at this, nice takeover DDT. Float over DDT by Montez Ford now. Huge snap suplex from Grayson Waller. And the idea of this match really is to try and keep your team in it as long as you can. Remember, it's one fall to a finish here. It's not elimination games or anything like that. They get pinned, the match is over, and then we have brand new #1 contenders. And the question is, who is it going to be when it's all said and done? And Grayson Waller with a big boot right to the face of Montez Ford. Nathan Frazier taking on both members of A-Town Down Under right now. And Austin Theory just tripped up Nathan Frazier, and now a little bit of ground and pound to Frazier. What an opportunity it would be for Fraxiom to become #1 contenders. They've never been in the ring with the Bloodline and never even had a WWE Tag Team Championship opportunity so far in their career on the main roster. Oh, look at this, a huge drop kick right to the face of Austin Theory. However, we do mention their success in NXT as a tag team. And that's a testament to how good of a team Nathan Frazier and Fraxiom can be and are. Now Grayson Waller focusing his attack on the face of Frazier. Thinking about it, actually just busted Frazier open with that bare knuckle strike there. And now 4 competitors left in the ring. Look at this. Nathan Frazier with a little bit of strength on display there. And now Grayson Waller sending Frazier for a ride. Spinning around. A little bit of insult to injury at the hands of Grayson Waller. Fraxiom flies in with a forearm strike right to the jaw. Gonna be hard to host the Grayson Waller effect with the swollen jaw. That being for Grayson Waller. Wait, sneaky pin by Ford. But Nathan Frazier able to get the big kick out. And now Austin Theory, a huge kick right to the face of Dawkins. And now Nathan Frazier is trying to get back up on his feet here. Look, it looks like he's trying to take Austin Theory, maybe perhaps outside to the floor. Indeed, sends Theory to the floor. What can Nathan Frazier be planning in the midst of all this chaos to Austin Theory? Look out for Nathan Frazier, as quick as lightning. Look out for Grayson Waller, too, with a huge elbow, flying elbow or something. Nice German suplex from Fraxiom. Frazier and Fraxiom stealing the show here tonight, as they have for weeks now. And now Nathan Frazier sends Theory back into the ring. And now Frazier calling Theory back up to his feet. What does Nathan Frazier have planned here? Oh, he gets wiped out by Grayson Waller. You got to admire the strategy of A-Town Down Under heading into this match. I mean, really the only strategy that there's been is get their hands on Frazier and Fraxiom as best as they can. And the opportunity that they have to take on these guys, they have took every single one of them. But that could also be their detriment as Theory goes low to Fraxiom. As it could be their detriment if they focus a little too much on Fraxiom and a little too less on the Street Profits. Look out, Montez Ford sneaks a pinfall. Ford has booked him and Dawkins another opportunity at those WWE Tag Team Championships. Cast your minds back to a number of months ago. Ford and Dawkins were actually had the WWE Tag Team Championship opportunity already, and they failed to get the job done that night. Can it be their night? In 2 weeks' time when they face the Bloodline, we'll have to find out. And man, Montez Ford's going to need some medical attention as soon as possible. But are these guys really fired up right now? Dawkins especially. The Street Profits are back in title contention. What a tag team bout we just witnessed. Neither Nathan Frazier or Fraxiom or A-Town Down Under walking away with the victory. At the end of the day, it was the two teams' bitter hatred towards one another that kind of really kept them away from the bigger prize, the bigger fish, so to speak. Oops, almost hit a wrong button there. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, Seth Freakin Rollins is back in action in our next bout, and he is taking on one of SmackDown's not newest acquisitions, but one of the acquisitions throughout the trade window, that being Chad Gable, sent over to Friday Night Smackdown. We saw Dragon Lee was the trade-off, and what a trade-off that is. Chad Gable for Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee now on Monday Night Raw had an incredible tag team match, hanging alongside the legend himself, Rey Mysterio, taking on the Lucha Bros this past Monday. Definitely go check out last episode if you didn't see that. Lucha Bros and, well, the LWO. I'm assuming Mysterio has recruited Dragon Lee to the LWO. The Lucha Bros and the LWO tore the house down to start our show this past Monday. Speaking of tearing the house down, Seth Freakin Rollins looked to do the exact same with Chad Gable coming up next. Rollins' first match back in quite some time. He suffered an injury at the hands of Karrion Kross a number of months ago, and Rollins is back in the ring now. Rollins is back to get into those title contentions once again. I mean, Rollins is at a very slow-paced last 2 years here on the JPG channel. He hasn't had a ton going for him as of late. The biggest match that Rollins has arguably had was last year at SummerSlam when he took on the Ring General Gunther in a losing effort. Rollins also failing to get the job done against Randy Orton this past year at WrestleMania. So, I mean, it's been trials and tribulations for the Revolutionary One. And a win over Chad Gable would steer Rollins in the right direction at least. As here we go, Rollins and Gable, perhaps a first time ever. You could try and challenge me in a time that both these men have been in a ring one-on-one, but I think this is the first time ever right here, folks. Rollins and Gable on Friday Night Smackdown. And Gable looking to chop away at Rollins, and Rollins answers right back with another chop of his own. And now Rollins sending Gable off the ropes, going to make him think about it, make him work the ropes like he's in training school again. A huge drop kick right to the face. And Rollins is back in black and white, a little bit of white at least. Rollins is back in the swing of things. It looks like he looks better than he has in ages. And now Rollins on that rope, went for a blockbuster. Chad Gable able to shrug it off, though. Now sends Rollins into the turnbuckle. Does Master Gable. Speaking of Master Gable, we have to wonder what his master plan is here on Friday Night SmackDown. We saw him kind of introduce himself to the Creed brothers a few weeks ago when they were in tag team action. He actually requested to be ringside with the Creed bros for their match, and they obliged. And I mean, we'll have to see what comes of that partnership between Gable and the Creeds. As now Gable looks to light up Rollins, and Rollins comes right back with chops of his own and a kick right to the face. And now Rollins sending Gable off the ropes. Huge sling blade connects. A huge sling blade connects on Chad Gable. Goes for the cover. Gable gets the shoulder out. And now Rollins chopping away once more at the chest of Chad Gable. Like I said, Rollins is definitely looking a lot better than he has in most months out throughout this year. Nice Falcon Arrow from Rollins. And now off the ropes, huge springboard splash from Rollins. Like a man, I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, but Rollins is in full swing right now. Suicide dive wipes out Gable. And Gable now getting back up to his feet, but look out, because here comes Rollins once more. Oh, Gable clearly doing his homework. Knows that Rollins loves to selfishly go for 3 suicide dives almost simultaneously. And that right there might have cost Rollins, but Rollins nonetheless trying to shake it off. But wait a minute, Chad Gable might have caught him. German suplex to Rollins. A German suplex, and actually a trifecta of German suplexes to the Visionary. Rollins got dumped twice, 3 times on his neck. And wait a minute, Chad Gable perhaps could have this in the bag by one fatal mistake from Rollins. 2 count already. Rollins gets the shoulder out. Shoulder out at 2.5. Rollins, though, trying to fight for some air. We are not worthy chants in the crowd. And now, wait a minute, Seth Rollins back in this one with a rolling elbow. Rolling elbow connects and now goes off the ropes with a beautiful knee drop right to the face. Knee drop right to the face of Chad Gable. Rollins goes for the cover. Gable gets the shoulder out at 1. So far, Chad Gable has the upper hand in this match because he has a 2 count over Seth Rollins. Rollins has only gotten 1 counts. And now, wait a minute, Rollins playing a little bit of dirty tactics here. Scraping the face of Gable. And now drop kick right to the face as well. And now Seth Rollins, look at this, wipes him out with a forearm strike right to the face. Forearm strike right to the face, and now a knee strike right to the jaw. And Gable now trying to pull himself back up in the corner. This is where Rollins found himself earlier. Wait a minute. We're going old school with Rollins with a buckle bomb. Buckle bomb connects to Gable. Could that be it? Count of 1, 2. Gable gets the shoulder out. And Rollins can't believe it. But Rollins is trying to feed off this energy of the crowd to keep him moving on in this match. And now Rollins sending Gable into the turnbuckle once more. Went for a strike to the midsection, but Gable able to get the elbow right to the jaw. And now it's Chad Gable sending Rollins into the turnbuckle. What could Chad Gable have planned for Rollins? Look at this! Capture suplex into the corner. Beautifully done by Chad Gable. This is a tremendous opportunity for Chad Gable to show off exactly not only, you know, his in-ring capability in singles competition, but he's in the ring with a former world champion, a former Triple Crown champion in this company, and Seth Freakin Rollins. It is a tremendous opportunity for Gable to prove himself against one of the better superstars in WWE, that being Seth Freakin Rollins, whether he has a good day, a bad day, or an even worse day. And now look at this, Gable, oh my goodness! A running sit-out Dominator-esque maneuver to put away the visionary. Rollins gets the shoulder. Rollins gets the shoulder, but Gable's right on top of things. He's setting him up for something. Suicide dive from Gable this time. Gable wipes out Rollins. And now Chad Gable right back on the attack. A little bit of a gator roll. A little bit of a Gable roll, if you want to call it that. Throwing back to his Olympian wrestling style right there. I think the damage has been done. I think the damage has definitely been done to Seth Rollins. Remember, this is his first match back in quite some time. Suffered a minor injury at the hands of Karrion Kross a number of months ago. Rollins' first match back, does not want to take an L in his first match back, especially not to Chad Gable, a man that has something to prove in this business. Look at this. Rollins reversed it with a German suplex of his own. Gets the 2 count. Gable gets the shoulder. Tremendous match we're seeing. Super kick right to the face. A super kick right to the face of Gable. And now Rollins is back on the attack with a neck breaker. Neck breaker connects to Master Gable, and now Rollins calling Gable up to his feet. Knee strike hits flush. And I don't think Rollins is done there just yet. A moonsault to the back. Tremendous from Seth Rollins. It's almost like he needed that time off to just rebuild, redesign, and now reclaim, as his old mantra was. He's here to reclaim his throne here in WWE is Seth Rollins. Formerly a Kingslayer, formerly a Beast Slayer. He's done it all. He's looking to do it again. And now look at this. Seth Rollins setting Chad Gable up in that prone position. Top rope suplex. Transitioning into the Falcon Arrow. And Seth Rollins is looking like the Seth Rollins of old. Gets the 2 count. 3. No, Gable gets the shoulder. Shoulder out at 2. And once again, it's Gable. Once again, it's Gable trying to get somewhere wherever Seth Rollins ain't, but Rollins is now feeling himself. Oh, Gable again for a second time. For a second time using Seth Rollins, almost his selfish antics when it comes to, you know, these high spots in these matches. A super kick right to the face. Gable ate it for dinner. I was gonna say, using Rollins is a little bit of his ego to Gable's advantage. Rollins has always been high on himself. A huge knee strike right to the face. A count of 6 as Rollins tries to beat the count of 10, I'm assuming, and now sends Gable back into the ring. And now, wait a minute, Seth Rollins, what can he have planned here? Going off the top. Oh, ho, ho. Huge blockbuster connects. A springboard blockbuster at that. Rollins is looking better than ever. Huge moonsault. Moonsault connects to Gable. Is this it? No, Gable again with the shoulder out. What a match, folks. What a match indeed. And we still have Ilja Dragunav taking on SmackDown's newest acquisition in our main event. And Seth Rollins here to steal the show, as now he's calling Chad Gable up to his feet. What does Seth Rollins have planned here? Perhaps another buckle bomb. Gable, though, with a huge reversal. Nice roll up. Roll up to Rollins. Count of 2. Rollins hooks the legs to Gable. 1, 2. No, Chad Gable immediately getting the kick out. But look out, because Rollins is back up on his feet. Rollins is back up on his feet before Gable. Curb stomp. Curb stomp to Chad Gable. Rollins reclaims a little bit of momentum in his in-ring return. First time in a number of months. Oh, no, wait a minute. The lights are out. What the? It's Karrion Kross once again. The devil that Seth Rollins knows all too familiarly well has just laid Rollins out with a choke slam. As we mentioned, Kross put Rollins on the shelf for a number of months. Looks like he's back to finish the job. But we cannot discredit the effort of Chad Gable in that match, nor can we discredit exactly what we just saw between these two performers, folks. You talk about one hell of a match. That was one hell of a match indeed, and this is going to be an even bigger fight. Fatu, Preist, it's going down here tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. You can see Solo Sikoa in the Samoan Werewolf's corner. Finn Balor also representing Damian Priest in this match. This is the one we've been waiting for weeks now. Priest and Fatu have been getting in each other's face, getting at each other's throats for a number of weeks now. Damian Priest holds a victory over almost anybody in the bloodline except for Jacob Fatu. He even holds a victory over Solo Sikoa, if you believe that. Priest looks to complete his bloodline collection, so to speak, with Jacob Fatu here tonight. The only problem being is that Fatu is undefeated since arriving on the scene of Friday Night Smackdown. He dismantled Dominic Mysterio a number of weeks ago. Fatu has also dismantled former World Heavyweight Champion Ilja Dragunov in his debut match. Fatu hasn't had too many matches since arriving on the scene. He's more saved when Solo Sikoa really wants to put an exclamation point on things. But believe me, this is a big fight feel right here. Samoan Werewolf, the Punisher of the Judgment Day. It's about to go down, folks. It's about to go down. Here we go. Damian Priest, of course, as I said, accompanied by Finn Balor. This has been an ongoing issue between these two factions for a number of months now. Priest and Balor failed to get the tag team championships off of the bloodline, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, back at Bad Blood. But the issues are far from resolved when it comes to the bloodline and the Judgment Day. It's almost like, something's got to give at a certain point. There just has to be, some battle lines drawn between these two factions, and they just got to go to war. Every single man that's been involved in this Judgment Day bloodline beef, they just got to go to war. And ironically, Survivor Series is on the cusp. And one of the staples of Survivor Series in the last few years, especially here on the JPG channel, is the iconic double-sided, double-ring structure of death named War Games. If you ask me, that is an appropriate ending to this faction warfare. We'll have to see what General Manager Nick Aldis thinks about, that idea I'm just throwing out here in the midst of things, just trying to get the thoughts twirling, trying to get the blood flowing, and some ideas in the head of our general manager, because I would love to see that, as I would love to be seeing Fatu and Priest go to absolute war right now, as Fatu caught Priest, the shot right to the shoulder blade, it looks like. And now Fatu, look at this, overpowering Damian Priest. Not something you see every day. Not something you see every day, as now Fatu sends Priest off the ropes. A nice power slam from Fatu, and now a headbutt right to the face. Headbutt right to the face from Jacob Fatu, and now he stomps out Priest. Stomps the face of Priest. And Solo Sikoa with a bit of a wardrobe change, apparently. He was just out here in a suit, and now he's out here with a head towel on. I don't know what the hell's going on with Solo Sikoa. Him and his whole entire group, his whole family, his whole, new bloodline is absolutely out of their rabid skulls. And Balor just, I don't know if anybody realized this, but Balor actually provided a momentary distraction for Damian Priest to get the upper hand in this match. Is now Priest. The hell is he thinking? Long ways away from Jacob Fatu. I don't know what Priest thought was going to be accomplished there, and now that just gave Fatu the opening that he needed. Not that a man like Jacob Fatu needs openings. He usually takes his opportunities. And now look at this, absolutely flattening Damian Priest and just overpowering him, as a matter of fact, with a huge body slam. Huge body slam to Priest, still only gets a 1 count. And now Fatu measuring his man. Another super kick, doesn't land though. Priest now looks to take Fatu over. Look at the strength of Priest. Fatu's no small man either. This is why I was so excited for this match to start, for these two to actually fight. They're similar in sizing. And now Fatu. Some nasty strikes right to the face. Oh, look at that. An Impaler DDT. Impaler DDT, sit out DDT, whatever you want to call it. Might have just ended this one, but Priest got the shoulder. Peeled the shoulder off the mat. And now Fatu clearly letting the referee know to stay the hell away from him and count his match. Fair and square. Oh, there goes Fatu with a suicide dive. He's not done there just yet. A Hurricane Rana to Finn Balor. And now look at this, Fatu. Oh, Finn Balor just struck Fatu, but I don't think the referee saw it. Oh, my goodness. An elevated flatliner on the outside floor. That might have just given Damian Priest the opportunity, the opening that he needed once again in this match. Referee Chad Patton trying to shake the cobwebs off. This might be all but over. Fatu just kicked out at 1. Fatu just kicked out at 1 after getting his head slammed on the outside floor. And now wait a minute, Fatu's right back on this thing, as now Sikoa providing a distraction. Oh! Just turned Damian Priest inside out. And now Fatu off the second rope. Huge chop right to the face. And now again, that nasty headbutt. And now Fatu goes off the ropes with a senton. Senton to Damian Priest. Goes for another cover here, but Priest again with the shoulder out. And now, wait a minute, Jacob Fatu. Look at this. Oh, a big man like that should not be flying the way that Fatu does. You have got to be kidding me. How do you prepare for something like that, Priest? Trying to get something going here, but Fatu again just overwhelming the Punisher. And look at this, just ragdolling Priest across the ring. And Fatu signaling perhaps the end. I don't know if Priest will have anything to say about that, though, as now look at this. Jacob Fatu, sidewalk slam. Wipes out Priest, and now, man, this referee's got to get together. Chad Patton, supposed to be a senior official at this point in his career, and this man can't even count to 2 in a timely manner. He's going to get a really pissed off Samoan Werewolf on his his bad side if he doesn't watch out here. Now, wait a minute. What the hell is this? Oh, a running power slam out of the corner. That's absolutely insane. Priest somehow again with a big shoulder out. And now Jacob Fatu right back on the attack here as Priest tries to mount some form of a comeback, but Fatu is being relentless in his attack. And now, wait a minute, off the ropes goes Priest with a springboard forearm right to the jaw. And that might be the opportunity that Priest needed, the opening that he needed. South of heaven. Balor again providing a distraction, though, and this time it's to Judgment Day's detriment. Could this be it even though? No, that would have been a 3 count. That would have been a 3 count if Balor did not take that turnbuckle padding off, where the referee was momentarily distracted and it didn't work in the Judgment Day's favor. An unfamiliar territory of poor communication. I don't know if you want to chalk that up to. But now Jacob Fatu, look at this. Fatu goes off the ropes with a springboard clothesline. Springboard clothesline wipes Preist out. I don't think Fatu's done there just yet. What the hell is this crazy SOB have in mind? A suicide dive wipes out Preist. And Fatu now trying to send Preist back in the ring, but Preist says, "No, I'll get myself back in the ring." And now goes for a drop kick, but Fatu, look at this. Finn Balor, trying to provide another distraction. Fatu was ready for it this time. And now, wait a minute, launches Preist in the air with a huge, and I do mean a huge Samoan drop, and now a Hurricane Rana. Hurricane Rana wipes out Preist. What the hell is Jacob Fatu made out of, man? I have no idea. Another headbutt connects. And now, wait a minute. Damian Priest might be in the drop zone for Fatu. Win for an Acai moonsault. I think Priest just barely getting himself out of harm's way there. And now Fatu once again. Oh, what a headbutt. What a headbutt knocks Priest out cold. And now once again, it's Balor. It's Balor talking a little bit of trash on the outside. Fatu now clearly, visibly upset over these distractions. And now again a headbutt. My God, these are getting hard to watch. These are getting absolutely hard to watch. Is now Jacob Fatu. Fatu now sending Priest into the corner. And now what the hell is Jacob Fatu got planned here? Maybe he ran out of steam for once in his life. What am I saying? Look at this! Fatu connects with the hip attack, and there is that picture perfect best moonsault ever, courtesy of Jacob Fatu. The Bloodline Jacob Fatu just put away the heavy hitter of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, arguably the breadwinner in this entire faction warfare. As I mentioned, heading into this match, Priest has had several victories over several members of the Bloodline, but he cannot add the Samoan Werewolf to that list. Fatu gets the job done for the new Bloodline here tonight. Man, I have never seen Damian Priest dominated in quite fashion like that. And even though it wasn't exactly a landslide, Fatu at the end of the day leaving Priest gasping for air, as you can see behind Sol Sikoa. That is what happens when you get into a scrap, when you get into a fight with a Samoan Werewolf. And speaking of a fight, we mentioned Ilja Dragunov has the honor of welcoming SmackDown's newest accusation. Ladies and gentlemen, that newest accusation is none other than the phenomenal one himself, AJ Styles. We are in for a classic. The Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov, with an absolute career-making match right here. I mean, he's already been World Heavyweight Champion. Unfortunately, lost to Gunther at Bad Blood inside Hell in a Cell. Looking to climb right back out of that hole is the Mad Dragon, but he can turn it around real quick with a big victory over arguably one of the biggest names in professional wrestling in general, in AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, back in the house that he claims he built. And at one point, AJ Styles certainly was the landlord of Friday Night Smackdown. He was certainly making sure the bills were paid. That man had a legendary run on Friday Night Smackdown from the early 2019s into the, or cash your minds back even further than that, early, not 2019. We're talking about early 2016s into the 2017s, 2018. Styles was on fire, having feuds with John Cena, matches with John Cena that people still talk about to this day, having feuds with Randy Orton, feuds with Shinsuke Nakamura that, could have been better than what we expected, but, neither here or there. Anyways, Styles back in the house that he built in Friday Night Smackdown. The only problem is there are new residents, and one of those new residents happens to be a fire-breathing, ill-tempered dragon in Ilja Dragunov. Ilja Dragunov has a tall task ahead of him here tonight. But if you ask me if there's anybody that can get the job done, even against AJ Styles, I mean, with the heart that Dragunov has shown this entire year, not only being the one to finally defeat the ring general Gunther and, you know, feed him a little slice of humble pie and take that world championship away from Gunther, a feat that nobody could do for almost 2 years, Dragunov did in his home country. Not only that, but Dragunov has just been absolutely amazing all year since getting drafted. First to Monday Night Raw, then switched over to Friday Night Smackdown. Like I said, if there's anybody that gets the job done against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, it is a man that is definitely a huge part of the future of WWE, and that is Ilja Dragunov. But it's going to be one hell of a fight. With that being said, here we go. Styles Dragunov, our main event, has officially commenced as Styles right back into the fray of the main event scene, the world title scene, if you ask me. Styles and Dragunov trading some absolute bombs right now, as now AJ Styles looks to take Dragunov over, but Dragunov certainly has done his homework. Look at this, a sit-out powerbomb. Sit-out powerbomb to Styles. And now, wait a minute, Dragunov able to dodge and weave Styles momentarily, as is AJ Styles. I think both men have done their homework, as a matter of fact. And look at this, Dragunov, look at this explosiveness from the young dragon himself, Ilja Dragunov. Right on the attack of Styles, not even letting Styles think about it. That is what champions do. And Dragunov is no longer a champion, holding that world championship for almost over a month before he fell to the ring general once again. But believe me, he has the heart of a champion, does Dragunov. And now Ilja Dragunov, wait a minute. You gotta be kidding me. The dragon looks to fly right into the face of AJ Styles. This is a dream match, if you ask me. I mean, a lot of people might not put Dragunov in much of their dream matches, but he certainly has a lot in my book. Dragunov is a phenomenal competitor, and he's proven that week in and week out here on the JPG channel. It's been a focal point of this SmackDown roster since coming back over in the draft. And now, oh, look at that. Nice bridge, electric chair drop from Dragunov. Still doesn't even warrant a 1 count. Oh, and now AJ Styles chopping right at the unprotected knee of Ilja Dragunov. That is that veteran instinct that Styles possesses so well. I mean, this guy is a wizard. He's like the wind. I don't know. I don't even know what to really say about it. Styles is just so effortlessly smooth. I mean, it probably takes about, you could probably chalk it up for like the 20 plus years that he's been in a professional wrestling ring, but that's neither here nor there. Styles with a neck breaker, dropping Dragunov right on the lower spine, and now a kick right to the back as well. Styles not looking to make any friends. In his arrival to Friday Night Smackdown, Dragunov able to counter a second. Oh, and this time he drops Styles on his neck. A little tit for tat action. Oh, and look at that. Styles exploding with a running forearm right to the jaw. And now look at this. A nice arm drag takes out Dragunov. Oh, went for a kick. Dragunov able to absorb it, though, and now smacking right to the face of Styles. Oh, he got bet with a drop kick once more. Styles all over Dragunov. Goes for a wrist lock of sorts, but Dragunov fighting out once again. Shots right to the ribs of the phenomenal one. And I went for a clothesline, got caught with a Uranagi. And this is what I love about Dragunov. He's all about his opportunities. He's all about, not even giving his opponents a chance to think about kicking out. He was right on top of things after that Uranagi. Big back body drop. And now here comes Ilja Dragunov back into this match. Styles trying to collect his thoughts here. Gets met with another Uranagi. This time Dragunov decides not to go for a pinfall. Went for a sit-out senton, but Styles able to get the reversal there. And now a huge neck breaker. Swinging neck breaker to Dragunov. Styles follows Dragunov to the floor. One step ahead of the Mad Dragon himself. And now look at this. Oh, arm trapped inverted DDT on the floor. And now patented jumping knee strike right to the face of Dragunov. Dragunov we've seen in the past, not afraid to show a little color, not afraid to bleed for what he believes in, and that is professional damn wrestling. And now look at this, a packed fist right to the jawline. That's gotta hurt. Styles gonna feel that in the morning, especially when he gets up there in the age group. And now Dragunov sending Styles onto the announce table. What the hell has Dragunov got planned here? He went for a senton off the apron. A count of 8. Dragunov might have just cost himself here. Wait a minute, Dragunov back in the ring though. Look at this, a nice roll up. Nice bridge with the roll up. 1, 2, a big upset. Styles almost got caught. A veteran of, as we said, 20 plus years, almost got caught right then and there. Drops Dragunov with a German suplex. Wait a minute, Dragunov able to stuff Styles' attempt at a shot right to the face. And now wait a minute, Dragunov off the ropes with the Constantine special. Constantine special to AJ Styles for a big win. Styles gets the shoulder out. What a match we've already witnessed between these two folks. Styles looking to go off the ropes, but Dragunov met him with a Saito suplex. And now wait a minute, we're going to see the strength on full display. Oh, a reverse schoolboy powerbomb from the Mad Dragon. Styles again having to dig deep. That time for a kick out. And now, wait a minute, Dragunov is not done there just yet either. Look at the strength this late in the match. Where does he get it? A deadlift German, and Styles once again with a big shoulder out. Dragunov has taken the fight to the phenomenal one all night long, as has Styles. This has been one hell of a clash of styles, no pun intended. And now Dragunov went for a running clothesline. Styles again able to lure him into a false sense of security. As good as Dragunov is, he does not have 20 plus years under his belt like the phenomenal one AJ Styles. He's not world traveled. He's been halfway around the world at this point in his career. He's fought all over Germany, all over the UK. AJ Styles is world renowned. Count of 4 as Dragunov and Styles kind of battle out on the floor. Styles getting sent right into the barricade by Dragunov. And now Ilja Dragunov. What has he got planned here? Dragunov is setting up for something. You've got to be kidding me. Already going for it. Torpedo Moscow destination. AJ Styles forehead. That's got to be it. 1, 2. Oh, Styles just popped the shoulder. And Dragunov can't believe it, but he's still fired up here. Fight forever chants in the crowd, as they should be, as I knew there would be with these two in the ring. Dragunov now sending AJ Styles on that top rope. What in the God's name does Dragunov have planned? An exploder off the top rope. An exploder off the top rope, and he's not done yet. Went for a senton. This is awesome chants in the crowd. Styles chopping away at the chest of Ilja Dragunov. Got caught in the Styles clash. A Styles clash, but Styles is wasting valuable time by trying to drag. I know he's trying to drag Dragunov away from the ropes, but I'm still saying he's wasting valuable time here. Is that going to be enough? No! Dragunov with perhaps the biggest kick out in his entire career since defeating Gunther. And now, wait a minute, Styles looking to show Dragunov how it's done here. Over the top rope with a tope con hilo. Tope con hilo wiping out the Mad Dragon. And now Styles a kick right to the back. Oh, but now Dragunov reverses it this time. And now look at this. Oh, I don't know if you got any of that right there with the senton. Dragunov trying to drag, no pun intended, Styles back into the ring. And now Dragunov up on his feet before Styles. Now, wait a minute, Ilja Dragunov and AJ Styles, a little bit of tit for tat right now, trying to get the best of each other. Dragunov kick right to the midsection of AJ Styles. And now, wait a minute, Ilja Dragunov, full head of steam here. Just scraped the boot right at the face of AJ Styles, turns him around. Wait a minute, we know what this is, an H-bomb. H-bomb connects, he's wiped AJ Styles out. That's gotta be... No! Styles with the shoulder out. A familiar move from AJ Styles, almost a version of Phenomenal Form if you ask me, but arguably more effective because you're up close and personal when Dragunov delivers the H-bomb. And now Styles hanging Dragunov out to dry. And now here comes Styles off the ropes with a springboard moonsault for the ages. And now AJ Styles calling Dragunov back up to his feet. I don't think Dragunov even knows where the hell he's at this point in the match. He's gone about 15 with the Phenomenal One of the best professional wrestlers in the world. And now Styles calling Dragunov back up to his feet once more. And now again a second Styles clash, this time in the center of the ring. Doesn't have to waste any time. As now AJ Styles goes for the pinfall. Gets the victory over Dragunov, but not by very easy means. You can see the wounds of war on Styles' face. Nonetheless, Styles with a big win over technically a former world champion, Ilja Dragunov. If you ask me, that definitely puts Styles in the title race moving forward into Survivor Series season. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in another episode of Universe Mode on the JPG channel is what I meant to say. And as always, I will see y'all on the next one.